Cat in the box.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. Nick is on vacation this week, but not really vacation. He's out rehearsing for his play for a high school musical. I think it's what it is. So he's rehearsing every night this week until they open on Friday. I'm just kidding. It's not High School Musical. It's the rock opera. So you're gonna see. I gotta go support him like a true friend. Support his girlfriend and support cousin LJ. So all three of them, Nick, Anne Marie, and LJ, be in the play this weekend. So I can't wait to see that. We have a listener that contacted me through the DMs that is going to come to the show. I already gave that person the picture of the last seat I had available. So they're going to fucking meet us there. So I got to give them some t-shirts for the Mix It Up podcast. But all that being said, I needed a co-host. You heard him before. You heard him before. You're hearing him in the background right now. It's MELERZO. MELERZO, thank you for coming back on and co-hosting the show with me this week. You're got big shoes to fill.
Well, the trainer's not telling you is that Nick is no longer going to join us. I'm taking over on the show.
You heard it, Nick. I know Nick's listening this week. He's like, damn, you're taking over. You might lose your gig, Nick. I don't know. We'll see how this goes.
He wants to live a rock and roll life, like, you know what I mean.
Right? He's gonna be the one leaving the podcast. He's like, yeah, I'm a rock opera star now, man. He's like, yeah, fucking sing and dress up in tights and fucking sing and dance on stage.
I could feel Nick's got the personality that like if he made it big, like as a musician, it would go to his head like crazy. Like,
oh yeah, no doubt.
It like not saying like he wouldn't do the famous thing. He would just get into the part of a musician like so much. Like, what was that movie where the dude was like, they kicked him out because he was a drummer and they went
Joe
on.
Dirt.
Like, what?
Joe Dirt.
No, not Joe Dirt. The one where Bradley Cooper and all them, they kick out that one dude, and then later on they became like they got their own band from his nephew and stuff.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. I
forget the name of it too. It's the guy from what's that show you used to watch all the time? You still love it, The Office. It was dude in it.
Yeah, right.
But they all speak in English and shit. And they're like, wait, why are you guys talking English?
Yeah, it was Dwight from The Office.
I'm from London.
Dwight, you ignorant slut.
Yeah. So
I could definitely, you know what? Nick's got the demeanor of a musician too, because he gets happy and then he gets sad.
Oh, he's definitely
crazy.
Definitely the next Nirvana, no doubt.
Yeah, he's got that, he'll sit in that room for like a day or a year and be like with his cat and come up with a whole new album.
Yeah, fucking cat. Yeah, look up his Instagram. Look up Nick Celio's Instagram. He's doing like a lot of music. He's always doing some music on there. He's always jamming away on a guitar or playing a piano or putting pictures of Shitbull up there, his alter ego of Pitbull. So yeah, he's definitely gonna be one of those guys that just he's out, man. He'll get that shit. He'll be the next Axl Rose and shit, man. It'd be
he makes good music. He still hasn't done my request, but I told him if I get married, I don't know if I'm gonna have you do the music because I've asked you this certain request to sing a certain song and you have not practiced it yet. So
what's the name of the song?
All My Life. JoJo
by Casey and JoJo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jodeci.
He knows about this. He knows what I'm talking about.
I'm just gonna I'll have you guys. One of you guys play bagpipes because that's what's be going down on my wedding night. Be just fucking bagpipes all day and all night.
Oh God, you're gonna be like Mark McPherson. He had that stuff too.
Oh,
he had the Scottish ones.
The whole place will be dressed up in the kilts and shit.
The kilts. It's not a good look for our people, but
and especially when you got to wear the high socks to go with that. If you're wearing like low cut socks, you probably look a lot better. But when you're wearing socks up to your knees, like what grade are you in?
Yeah, some of them get crazy. They don't really wear underwear. Some of them, and you're like, dude.
I heard that. It's
got to be cold in the womb.
What the fuck? Why do you want that to happen? First off, you're wearing a dress.
Day, in New York, it's cold, man. It's cold sometimes for St. Patrick's Day.
Listen, I'm fucking Irish. I would never fucking put on a kilt. I would never put it on. Sorry. I'm sorry if that's offended my race, but I'm not putting that on. It looks too much like a dress.
Wait. What happens if that's like, because your wife married you because she's like, Irish, and she has she has a fetish like
That's
that.
her
She
thing.
wants-
That's the only reason why she married me, because she wants to see me in a kilt. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm gonna be forced to do that.
She's like, fuck me with your bagpipes, Mike.
She's gonna be whipping me. I gotta be in a fucking kilt in the
Yeah,
fucking bedroom.
I mean, listen,
God,
can't
sorry for the
deny that
optics, people.
if that's her thing, I mean, I'll look at her like, yeah, she's fucking out of her mind. But I mean, I've had fantasies myself that I've accomplished with ex-girlfriends that, like, you know, we like the cheerleader look, we like the
Yeah.
you know, schoolgirl, we like a lot of things. So I mean, it'll be a weird request, but I would laugh my ass off that I heard that you did that.
Yeah, nothing sexier than a nice redhead. You know what I'm saying? A nice hot redhead with fucking
No, but you in
glasses.
the outfit or the kilt, I would love to hear that like on a Monday afternoon. Like, yo, you hear what happened with Trader? Like, what? He's like, dude, his wife made him put a kilt on and bagpipes, and she wanted to have sex like that. I'm like, no, he didn't. You little freak. He goes, yo, you would have to go buy it. Where you go buy? Like, honestly, where you go buy those outfits?
Laura, don't listen to the show. It's
Who?
where do you
Who's Laura? Wait,
where do you buy that? I'm talking about my next wife. So I'm just trying to picture like a nice redhead, right? With fucking glasses.
Are you dating a girl with red hair?
Yes, she's actually Asian too. She's an Asian with red
You're
hair.
a fucking
It's
liar. There's no Asians with
amazing.
red hair.
It is absolutely, yeah, she's hot. That's the first. I've never
That's
seen
the
a hot
weirdest thing I would
Asian
ever
redhead.
say.
Can you imagine? Yeah, I mean, you've seen it. They look like
No,
fucking,
she dyes it. It's like fake eyes.
yeah, it's like the how they do like the Japanese girls when they do like they're dressed up as like anime characters. You get a nice fucking like one of those Japanese girls that dress up as an anime and like red hair. That shit is hot. That shit is hot as fuck.
Okay. I mean,
All right,
that's your thing.
yeah,
I don't like red hair.
Everybody
I don't
has a
like
fetish.
Nothing against redheads. I mean, I've seen some that like they have the Auburn dark, and I'm like, all right, she's hot, but like I don't know. I don't get into them. Like, it's not like it catches my eye. I have a certain look that catches my eye, and that's not one of them.
Well, I'm not looking, it's not like
this might be wrong to
Raggedy
say,
Ann.
but like, I wonder if even for guys like redheads, I always tell like some of the guys that we know that have red hair, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, dude, the girls get scared when they see your dick with that red hair.
It's like it's fucking, was it on fire? Like you got something wrong with it?
Yeah, it's just the bush is not, you know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. You're like, whoa, what's that? You got to be like ready for that.
It must be blinding for the poor women that got to go downstairs.
You know what's funny? It might be such a light color, unless imagine it's a dark orange. You're like, look at that bush. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's like look like a burning forest. It's terrible.
Oh, it's not intriguing. You know what I mean? It doesn't say, like, you know, like when you see a nice girl's vagina, it just says hello to you. You're like, hello. That doesn't say hello. That's just like.
Have you ever seen like a girl's ass, but like it's like hairy and shit? Like you've gone back there, but as you kind of see like a little hairy.
Not
hairiness?
Honestly, not with any girls I've been. I gotta admit, but like I've heard from.
That's good.
I've heard from stories from some people.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Like, I mean, I know I got a hairy ass.
I've been told by certain girls that I know that I'm like, oh shit, but that like my friend, somebody that was else having sex is like, yo, she got a hairy ass. Like, that's got to be weird. It's tough to be a woman. They go through a lot to prepare because one little thing's wrong and we look at it.
You got to be able to, like, she got to be able to take care of business, on the back door.
Oh yeah, that's why they they don't nair. What do they do? They
something like that. Wax,
box it or wax. Like, dude, imagine we did
wax on, wax off.
Do any of this stuff.
Nah, man. Thank God they do that. They have to, like, because the only reason only reason like a girl is like shaving her backside is like if she is expecting company. Somebody's gonna come knocking on the door. That's why you do it. Otherwise, you just fucking let it grow. You know what I mean?
We do shape up our dicks.
I do.
We've been doing it since we were young. That's kind of like our generation. Like think about our fathers. They were like, what? Half of this stuff is crazy. I guess whatever. I don't even know what the younger kids doing. They might tox their fucking asshole because they wanted to get licked or something. Who knows?
Yeah, they're probably going to spas and shit, getting that shit done professionally. Meanwhile, back in our day, we were taking care of that shit with Bic and fucking foam ass fucking.
I'm not touching my fucking. You know what I mean? There's just certain things.
That's what we had to do, though.
I draw the line. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yo, you're crazy. Like, you want to be fixed up as much as, you know, look presentable to a girl. But like, yo, I don't really think they care. Like, you know what? They probably do. They just don't say it because it's the norm, whatever. Like, because girls, look what they do with themselves. Like, they know every inch what's off. Like, we don't notice that shit.
We got
notice
it
like
easy.
the main shit.
Yeah, we got it
Like,
easy, man. We just have to throw some nice aftershave like on, and then we're set, man.
Yeah.
Then we're good.
We don't wear outfits where, like, you know, you sit there. Imagine you wear outfits, you go out to eat, you're like, I can't breathe. My feet are killing me.
Yeah, because the feet are killing you. The pants are too tight. Like, why would you do that? Like,
that's
why would you
crazy.
do that to yourself? Like, how do you walk in high heels?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Funny?
And why would a boy transition, like become a tranny, just to put those fucking heels on? If anything, that's a deterrent not to become a tranny. Like, I don't want to become a tranny if I got to wear high heels.
I don't know what's the process of how that started or when it started, if it was always around and they were just gay kids or whatever the hell it is, and now they want to dress up.
It's like Halloween every day for them.
I can't relate to that thing. The only thing I get mad is like when we said like this, I think I had this conversation with like a person that was like gay too. And they were like, you know, they looked at me like 3 eyes, like not too, like, what was it, a week ago or something? I had a conversation with somebody and they ended up being gay. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, all right. Like, but they were like, he's like looking at me as, but I think I made a good point with it. I said, listen, I'm not saying that you guys can't have your, you know, like this, but does it have to be on everything? Like, just like you guys have choices, we have choices too. I don't want to see this all the time. Do you want to see, like, you know, I bet you watch straight sex and you're like, ugh. Like, you know what I mean? Imagine we had straight sex on every fucking show. Like, you know.
I know there's a lot of options on the internet if you just look up that kind of shit. But listen, before we get into that, man, let's just change course. We'll get there when we talk about one of the subjects later on. But let's talk our topics this week. Usually I go to Nick for the topics. But MELERZO, this is what we're going to talk about. Obviously, we're going to talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock, you know, over the Oscars. I think everybody heard about that. We're going to talk about we're going to be talking about like the Florida bill, the Don't Say Gay bill that was passed. And now, of course, there's a certain demographic that hates the fact that that bill is passed, but we'll get there. We'll talk about that. And then we'll get into some sports maybe if we have some time. So, MELERZO, the Chris Rock, Will Smith last night at the Oscars. I think everybody's seen it, but I'm just gonna play the video, you know, in case everybody wants to know. Like, Will Smith went on stage, Chris Rock's at a bed, joke about Jada, whatever. He took it wrong, smacked him, whatever. So I'm gonna play the audio, MELERZO, for people to understand what's going on. Just give me a thumbs up if you hear it. Okay.
I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Make it louder.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
So that's what happened on stage yesterday. It was just like, how can you not fucking take a joke, man? Like, MELERZO, I'm gonna go to you. Like, Will Smith, all of a sudden I
can understand everything both ways.
Hold on, MELERZO. Like, Will Smith, he just turned Tupac. He literally turned Tupac. How he acted on stage, and so I'm gonna go to you because MELERZO, you understand what going Tupac means. You've had this experience growing up where, hey, MELERZO went Tupac. So, MELERZO, tell us what that means and how was your experience of going Tupac?
Oh, I ain't got no fat motherfucker. West Side.
All these years as a kid growing up on.
I'm not gonna get into the story. It's just, yo, you lose your cool sometimes, your temper. I said it today. I had arguments with a lot of people about this, and I'm like, yo, because everybody got upset that I called Chris Rock. I'm like, yo, you got bitched. Like, you know what I mean? He got bitch slapped. Like, yo, and he didn't do anything. Everyone's like, oh, he held his restraint. I'm like, bullshit. Bullshit with the restraint thing. That's just cold word for like, you're a bitch. Because like, you slapped the shit out of me. I don't give a fuck about the Oscars. I will fucking punch you right back. It'll be a fucking man.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, we're both going to look like assholes. But I understand why Will did it. But I think he should have waited later to like after the thing. But I get it. Like, yo, his wife's
But it's
got
very
this.
it's very disrespectful of slapping another dude. A punch would have been a lot better, but that's such a
Yeah.
disrespectful way to go about it that he just slapped him and bitch
Well, I
slapped
don't
him.
think he was trying to cut him open and fucking beat the fuck. But I think he was trying to say, yo, shut your fucking mouth. Well, you know what I mean? Like,
Still bitch move, man. He's still I mean, yeah, I understand his
yeah,
wife
but Chris,
losing hair
if
because
he's saying he doesn't know that is, then it makes more sense. But I think he did know, and I think there's certain jokes that I think personal shit you don't do, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I had this argument today with one of our friends, Vinny, and other friends like this. I'm like, guys, and everyone's like, you're taking it street level. I'm like, well, where does it go, guys? Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me tell you something. Everybody's sticking up for Chris Rock. Well, what happens if you were sitting there with your wife and your wife was sick or whatever the hell and had a disease or anything? You'd have a different view. And I understand that. I think that he could have handled it in a better way, Will Smith. But I've been a person too that I've lost my fucking cool too, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I would have got up. I know one thing. I probably would have punched him after the fucking show. Oh, he's definitely going to get it. I'm going to go look him out in the after party, or at least have a conversation with him. Like, yo, man, don't be making jokes like that, dude. Joke on me, but don't joke on people like that.
Yeah, I guess, but that's where the division is of like people like, oh, he's just sticking up for his wife. But you know, the history with Will and Jada was like, you know, Jada's lover of life was fucking Tupac. In all reality, it was literally Tupac. Then he died. Then she ended up marrying Will Smith, right? And now for the past like couple years, yo, Jada's been out fucking like other dudes. And you don't get upset about that.
I totally get what you're saying.
What the fuck? You get upset about that? What Chris Rock said? Yo, you see Chris Rock after he got hit? He all of a sudden he was like, oh, like he probably had so much more ammunition to go right at Will Smith, like as far as jokes and putting them down. It would have been over. But yo, he held restraint. He held restraint, man. I gotta give him credit.
He might have. The only thing I say that he didn't do anything because he might have said to himself, maybe I did say a joke that was fucking. I don't know.
Maybe.
You don't know the whole thing.
No, but it looked like he had a lot of jokes loaded up in the chamber, is what I'm saying.
Listen,
like he was ready to go.
Thing. Like he even said afterwards, like on his speech, love makes you crazy things. Like I actually feel bad for Will Smith because I think he's so in love with Jada and she treats him like shit. Like I don't get it either. Like, yo, there's a point. Listen, I've been in love. You know what I mean? But I ain't letting no girl fucking treat me like the way that. I forget that. That's got to be a man. And maybe that's why he did what he did, because he felt all through his stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly
he got a lot of shit talked to him, and it just, it hit the boiling point. He's like, yo, fuck it. And he picked on Chris Rock because he's like, this little motherfucker ain't gonna do shit. You know what I mean? Like,
that's exactly what he's thinking.
You know, like I always tell people, like, oh, everybody's a tough guy when I'm like this. I used to see certain people, I'm like, yo, not gonna name names. They used to pick on other dudes, and I was just like, oh, damn, you picture this dude, because that dude won't hit you back. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right. You're a bitch.
Like, I was having this argument today with like this, and then one of the guys on this chat thing, this other thing, he's a cop. And I was like, I said, yeah, dude, but you're taking it I said, well, timeout. He goes, well, I got to be restrained on a lot of things. Am I a bitch? And I'm like, well, what's timeout? I was like, you're talking about verbal words. I've been in many, many, many fights and verbal words arguments growing up. Verbal words, I've never gotten to like all the time, the fights. I'm like, I've held my restraint because it's just words and going at each other and stuff like that.
Yeah, words
I'm
ain't
talking
shit.
about if somebody put your hands on you. I'm like, dude, don't tell me as a cop I could just slap the shit out of you and you won't arrest me or whatever, or start punching me. You're lying, motherfucker. Right. I was like, I'm just saying, nope. I can't be that. Listen, you want to be the better person than me? You want to talk shit? That if I would have got punched in the face and I ain't gonna lie, I would have cracked Will Smith right in the back of the head. But I'm like, boom! I would have went right after him. And you're the better. I'm like, yo, because everyone's like, I think he said the friend of mine, and Phil said it too. He was like, insecurities. He's like, you have insecurities. Like, you can say whatever word you want. I'm still punching you.
Yo, if somebody just runs up on stage and slaps you in front of a live studio audience, you have to attack. I don't give a fuck. I don't give. Chris Rock should have grabbed like a 2x4 and went after him. I don't care if he had to run into the stands. You fucking gotta get that motherfucker.
Dude,
You gotta
people-
get him.
our friend Phil, he said, he goes this, and I brought it to him. I said, he goes, you got to have restraints and stuff like that. And it's the Oscars. I was like, who gives a shit where it is and when it is? You are never putting your hands on me.
Right.
That is a fucking problem. Like, listen, let me tell you something. I know how I think and I know how I am. And definitely, like, verbal words, I probably could be able to restrain myself. But once I got slapped, yo, this brain turns into redness and I don't see shit no more. Like, I'm like, oh, all I do is react. And I was like, dude, I actually brought it to him on a story train and I bring it to everybody. I said, he owns a pizzeria, right? So I said, yo, somebody comes in, you have an argument with a customer, he slaps you. You ain't gonna fight that dude? And he's like, he said I would take it outside. I was like, fine, that's fine. I would probably say, no, not in the pizzeria, but outside. But you, come on, man. Like, yo, man, you got slapped. Like, I don't care about the embarrassment. I care about, yo, you hit me, motherfucker. Like,
right. Chris Rock definitely came off like a bitch. Like, he should have been like, he should have looked at the camera like, all right, we need a commercial break, so I'm about to go beat this motherfucker's ass.
that's
You know what
another
I'm saying?
thing.
That's what he
I
should have
tried to
done.
say that he's a bitch because I said, listen, okay, you hold your restraints, right, Mike? And Chris Rock is a professional. That's what I said, dude, that's code word for your bitch. Because I said, dude, the thing was over and you didn't hear no
Professional bitch.
story that he went up to Will Smith and punched him back. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
a real person that's not a bitch is going to be like, oh, man, all right, I'm going to get him after the show. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
All right.
like Chris
So-
Rock is not a fighter. And listen, I get it.
No.
You're not a fighter, but damn, dude. Like,
You got to stick up for yourself, though.
that,
Imagine if Will Smith ran on stage and that was like Dr. Dre fucking on that said that joke. At the end of the fucking awards dinner, there would have been a shooting outside. It would have been Will Smith dead on the block.
it's like that other thing. It's like, what did Rick James say? What did the five fingers say to the face? Slap. But the funny thing, listen, I mean, that's why I try to say this part, but when people always like, wow, Mike, you really talk like you think street too much. I says, dude, it's just the same thing because now Chris Rock was the next person that might go slap. Because like anyone's gonna look at him and be like, yo, that dude's a bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are people out there. This is why I say
I know.
with countries. It's like with Biden, with Putin. Everyone's like, oh, I said, all you liberals and to the left, look at Russia. You think Putin gives a damn what you say? He doesn't give a damn. You know why? Because Putin is the bully on the block. And there are people out there that are faggots. And there are people out there that are actually fucking people that they look for the advantage of your weakness to take shit over. And that shows you what happened. And that's why I said, yo, you can't let somebody just slap you in the fucking face.
You can't let it happen to you.
If you do, you know, Trey, you know much as I do. If we saw somebody up on the block or on the corner playing ball and they got slapped on the court, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, damn, this dude did nothing about it. You know, in the back of your head, for one, you're making fun of him afterwards. And then
Oh, no
two,
doubt.
you're like, yo, that dude's a bitch, bro. Like, especially, yo, the worst person is like when somebody actually talks like all hard and stuff, and then they get slapped when they get into a fight and they don't do nothing. You're like, oh,
Right.
shit.
They just
Now,
run away.
I'm not saying that Chris Rock is like that, but I'm saying, you know, I actually was like, wow. Dude, like, you know, everyone's like, he wanted to. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, really? If you really want, let me tell you something, motherfuckers. If you really wanted to, you find motherfucker. You're like, there's nothing else I'm thinking about but kicking your fucking ass.
That's all that should have been on that fucking dude's mind. I don't know how he even finished sentences after that fucking shit. And every
Yo, I think he was in shock. Yo,
I know,
you
yeah,
could see his
yeah, of
face,
course.
like,
Yeah, of
he
course.
wanted
Yeah,
to tear up. He was like, yo, he was like, what the?
yeah. I
One
know.
thing,
Some people
I mean,
thought
I
it
don't
was
think he
fake.
knew he was going to slap him, Mike, but I was like, what do you think he was doing when he was walking up to you? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he almost like leaned in for it. Like he was like, he ain't real. This motherfucker ain't doing this shit, and he did it.
Yeah.
I'm like, people thought it was like fake at first, like it was staged, and people still
maybe it
think
was.
it's fake.
I
Like
don't
that's,
think people
I
would
don't.
want to.
It doesn't look fake to me because I know Chris Rock ain't that great of an actor to pull that shit off after he got fucking
No,
decked.
I don't think they would want to do something like that.
No,
like, you know
then
what
they
I mean?
wouldn't. Because they edited it out and they didn't show it really what him like saying afterwards on like regular TV. You had to find it on like the Japanese network where you seen the whole video at first. before they fucking played it because America's fucking sucks. But you know what's another thing? Like Will Smith, like there was no charges pressed against him. They didn't
I don't
arrest
think
him
it
for
should be.
assault. No,
I honestly don't. No, I get what you say. I don't know why, because I'm tired of this world. Like, I actually said this too today. I give Chris Rock one credit that he didn't go full bitch mode and be like, "Yo, imagine he would have went to the and got like, oh come on, man, handle
No,
it like a man."
snitches
Some
get
things need to be
stitches.
like, I honestly think the world would be better if they just let things a little slide a little bit, because justice would be served in a lot of situations. I'm not saying to go chaos and stuff, but like certain things need to be handled man to man and freaking like that.
Like the old
you bring
days.
it to the, yeah, because today's time, like, oh man, you're gonna sue him and this, like, oh
Yeah,
come on,
no.
dude, you're the one who's, you know what it is? That makes the bitches talk more. That's why they want that stuff, because bitches never want to fucking fight.
Bitches want to get hit. They want to get hit once, they go down, and then they get up and sue and shit. They fucking make a whole
Yeah.
fucking big deal, and it's like they throw a pity party for themselves. You know, fuck
I
that.
always repeat to
Little
everyone. I
bitches.
even told Vinny. I told Vinny today this. I said, you know, you could say it's like even the other guy. I said it too. I said, you know what's funny? Everyone talks like they're tough. And what did Mike Tyson say? Until you punch him in the mouth.
Spinal.
It's so
Then
true,
we
man.
see what's tough. You know, there's a lot of people I used to see and you meet and you're like, damn, this dude. Yeah, you know it. You see that dude come in and he's like talking how tough he is, and we're like, wait, like, all right, maybe he's the real deal. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you see this dude get slapped and nobody does. Yeah, it's like, yo, this dude's a fucking bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that people should just get like slapped. But I said Will Smith should have handled it in a different way. But Chris Rock also did do a joke that I was like, yo, that's a low blow joke, man. Like, you know what I mean? That's a low blow joke. Like, you could have went with other things. Now, maybe he has a history with Jada, like they don't get along. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Now, can you imagine if, like, say, like it was this? Say if it was a white comedian that made that joke
bring a race in this?
against Will Smith. Well, everybody loves to fucking bring race into everything. So let me just throw that out there. Now, do you think if a white comedian, say David Spade, said that joke, and poor David Spade, he's like fucking 4'5", and Will Smith just went up there and just smacked this shit out of him? Now, what do you think? Like, do you think you would have seen like an uproar of people like, why ain't they get arrested for assault? You know what I mean? Like, would you see that, right? From the
I think the
white
way
side?
the world is right now, they're letting like black people pass on things, like the Jawan Howard thing.
Okay, that's it. That's what I'm saying. So you think David Spade would get, like, you know,
which I think is wrong.
right? But Will Smith would get, you know, he would get a pass, right? Now
Yeah,
reverse
he gets a
that.
pass, and the white
Reverse
dude
that.
fucking,
Now
the white
reverse
dude
it.
lose his job right now. Yeah,
Reverse
think
it.
it's right.
Though. Reverse it.
I think everything we're doing is not fair right now in life. But whatever.
No, but look,
You know,
look at no, dude. Like, I'm telling you, reverse it now. Like, picture Will Smith on stage cracking a joke about David Spade's wife, and David Spade went up there and slapped the shit out of Will Smith. I mean, he would have had to jump to hit him, but imagine he did that. Can you imagine the uproar that would have been? The whole black community going
you'll never see
after
David Spade
that.
again.
No, he would have definitely got canceled, or they would have been so much heat on him for that. But now that it's just black on black, there's still people bitching about it. There's still people, oh, you can't treat another brother like that. And it was just like, then you see the white races coming out saying, oh, look at these motherfuckers. So you still get hits with all these different acts. That's my point. It's like you just get hit by all these sides, no matter what happens, no matter how basic the situation is, they want to turn it into something that it's not. That was my point of bringing like the race into it. You know what I mean?
It is. That's why we have a society the way it is right now. It's like, wow, I don't know if we're getting smarter or more dumber, but you know what I mean? Like, you got to watch what you do.
Why can't they just look at it as a man versus man? Why do they have to bring everything else?
Because both sides
involved into it.
There's always those hatred ones on both sides. That's why I said there's whites and there's blacks. They're racist. And no matter what, they look through that eye. They were born and their parents taught them that way. Because people can't lie. They're like, oh, we weren't. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Because why does blacks always go, oh man, it's only a black thing? You're like, yo, who taught you that, bro?
Yeah.
Like when you like, you know what I mean? Oh, the black man, the white man always holding me down. And then the white guys are saying, oh, like now they're saying because they're getting stuff. Like the Jawan, how the hell do you only? I'm like, yo, it's never gonna end because both sides are always gonna. But it is true. Like if that happened, like it's like the OJ thing back in the day, dude. I remember when that happened. We were in school, and I remember I didn't even know it came over. It came over like maybe 2, 3 in the afternoon. I remember getting out of a class, and I swear to God, I shit you not. I first I didn't know what happened. I just saw blacks fucking in the school cheering and jumping up and down. And I thought, what happened, bro? We got a new president. Like, we got a black president. Like, what happened? They were like, OJ's free, and I'm like, wow,
Right.
wow. That's crazy because he did it. He
Right.
did it, and
Yeah,
it really doesn't matter. And listen, whites got it too. When it comes down to it, we don't give a damn. Like some people, like blacks, didn't give a fuck. They're like, what? Like, dude, like Obama. He could have been the worst president in the world, but they would just. I said, yo, they're gonna vote for him because he's black. Like, you know what I mean? Like, listen, I just hate when whites get that shit.
I know why.
Because it's like you're racist if you put a white guy in. You're like, but you're not racist when you do it. Like, it's fucking hilarious how everything is looked at.
You know why they were celebrating the OJ verdict? Because not too long before that, it was the Rodney King situation where he was getting beat by all the police officers. So they cheered for that, even though he was a murderer. He was a criminal who he killed 2 people. But that's the whole disconnect. Like, there wasn't, like, when I watched the Rodney King video, I wasn't staring at my TV clapping and cheering. I was like, why would they fucking do that? That's sick. I wasn't cheering. Crazy. I was, I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy. That's my exact words. Like, why would you? That shit is fucking crazy. That's exactly my fucking words. Now, we weren't cheering that as a society, but then you cheer OJ getting fucking set free. My man Norberg fucking killed 2 people, stabbed them, cut their throats, and you cheer for that.
Look,
craziness.
That was 92, 93,
Did
right?
you call the fucking cops?
You got like what last year, or whatever, with the George Floyd thing. Did we cheer with the George Floyd thing? We were like, what? We took a look at it. We were like, yo, that cop went a little crazy. So like, what? When they get what they deserve, we're like, it doesn't matter. We're like, oh, even whites on white, we're like, dude, he deserves to go to jail. Like any white guy's like this. But look at you, black. It's like you guys want to have this, like, but when it's your fucking guy and you're like, yo, man, that guy was wrong. They still want to fight it. They're like, bro, nah. I'm like, time out. The George Floyd thing, I'll give you. The other one in whatever, Kenosha, Wisconsin, that black dude went crazy. Had a knife to get out of the car. They stung him twice. Got up. He wouldn't stop. Like, dude, I get it. Everyone had a situation. Let me tell you something. Everybody is fucking hilarious. Like when they talk Monday day quarterbacks. Oh, well, this is what you should have done. You should have shot him in the foot. You ever been in a situation that you've been into a fight where weapons and everything's out? You're not thinking, bro. You're just thinking about surviving.
Right. You don't want to be the one taken out. So you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I don't
He wouldn't stop. Listen, should they have shot him, that man? No. I wish they didn't kill him, but they did. It happened. He went too far. That thing also lasted like 15 minutes, people. It was a long, like, thing. What do you think? The cops are here? That's why they're like, do you think those cops showed up? That's the funny thing. People got to realize that, get this out of your head, that those cops showed up in your area, like saying, like, oh, I just want to kill this black guy when we get there. No, they don't even want to deal with that shit. They're regular people like anybody. And you had black cops, white cops, anything. They just look at the situation like, God damn, I don't really want to deal with this shit. They just want to go to work.
They're getting called to the situation. They'd rather just sit in their car and don't do shit. You know, they don't want to get called to these fucking domestic violence situations.
Listen, and then are there a few cops that are like, yeah, all right, that guy maybe should not be a cop. Like, you know, there are bad cops where you're like, yo, that dude's crazy.
Every job there's people like that, belongs. Like every aspect of life, there's somebody like that.
There is. We have people at our job.
People are crazy.
When I used to do mortgage broking, dude, there was guys that on the job. I'm like, wow, this dude would rob his own mother. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, dude,
that's what
it just is. You know, there's nothing you could say about it. Like, but like, let me tell you something. For one thing, they get paid okay money. It's not like they're millionaires, the cops. They pay good. And it depends on the area. You really think a cop wants to come to work and deal with all that bullshit? No. He'd rather do his 8 hours and freaking have a coffee and lunch with his partner and just have a relaxed time in the car. They don't want to get called for this crazy shit.
like, listen, I could see people being upset if there's like innocent people dying at the hands of cops all the time, but for the like 99% of the time, it's criminals are the ones that are dying at the hands of cops. Okay, they're criminals. They put themselves in that situation.
That's
Like
it.
by
Like that's what I don't understand.
why can't you accept that? I don't understand. Why are you marching for that? Why are you like if they're there and they die, they get into a fight, they resist all that kind of shit. It is what it is, man. Be real.
We live
Just
in
be
a
real.
big city in New York, and many cities like Yonkers, Bronx, all that. We've seen cops when they're around. What are they doing 90% of the time when they don't have to go do something? They're sitting in front of coffee places or freaking 7-Elevens or whatever because they want to look at hot ass. That's
Pretty
it.
much.
That's
Pretty
it. They're
much.
trying to pick up bitches and look at hot ass. Or maybe take a nap because they're tired from the overtime, whatever the hell they have to do. They're not fucking like this. Like, you know, dude, and then you get a phone call to some crazy shit. Like, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, man. Especially a person that's been a known criminal. Like, you know, and we're, listen, I get it. Everybody's got their rights.
Yeah.
But you also got to think, yo, man, for one thing, this is what I don't get, like, with blacks.
Oh, look at my African-American over here.
I used to say that to them, and they think I'm crazy. When I was like, you're known that you say cops come in your area and they say they're your enemy, right? You still call them, but whatever, they call. But then you know that you think in your head that they're trigger happy, right? So why do you guys go crazy when they come? Like if it was us that had the same situation and cops show up, yo, it's like a detention. It's like that teacher that shows up that you're like, he don't play. You know what I mean? You're like, oh shit. We stop. We chill out because we're like, yo, that motherfucker's here. Like, you know what I mean?
What does he want to urge me? White devil. Well, tell him I'm not.
We've had situations. I remember one time me, Dave, and I think it was me, Dave, and someone else. I forget who it was. Dude, and we could tell this retard cop was a rookie. He comes down pulling up, and I guess somebody was hanging down where we used to hang down, but we were older now. We were just waiting out in front of Rocco's house to go to the bar. We were just waiting for everybody to pull, and then we were going to go into the bar.
Right.
So we were hanging there. So he got us mixed up with some group of younger kids, I guess, that hang out there, the next generation. Pulls up. He goes, what I tell you, son of a bitches? We were like, yo, what the hell is this guy talking about? We haven't even been out all week. So he gets out the car. And then Dave's kind of arguing with him back because Dave's father's, was a cop. Like, he was a cop and the captain. Yeah. So he was like, yo, man, we weren't chilling here. This dude did overreact. He calls it in, saying some crazy shit that, like, we're going to attack him. Pulls out his gun and says, get the hell away from him. We didn't even move nowhere near him. We were like, yo, we looked at each other like, yo, this guy's lost it. Now, imagine we would have went ape shit. This dude would have shot us.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we didn't. We chilled like back and we were like, all right, man, everything calm. And then I remember the unit trucks showed up that they came out the car, Trader. So it looked like they were going to take us out. Then they realized.
You're scared.
No, they realized, they saw our faces, see how our hands up. And then I think Rocco came out. We were all like this. And all of a sudden realized, yo, this dude's an idiot. Like, you know what I mean? To the cop, he goes, what the hell's going on here? And we were like, dude, I really don't know what this guy's problem is, and whatever. It got handled, but like, we would have went crazy.
Yeah, what happened? Now, if you went crazy, would you have gone crazy because you were scared? Like maybe all the blacks that you see all this, like, with fighting with the police, maybe they see the news and they get so brainwashed by the news that think every situation is going to turn out like that they're scared and they just react that way, and it makes it look like they're escalating the situation.
I don't
know.
Could
it be that?
I think you got to do it on case by case because everybody's different. I'm not going to say all blacks because they'll get.
I've seen a lot of
blacks
videos.
Blacks have the definition of when you think about this. They have the thing that I'm black, I'm tough, I'm up tough. Like nobody's going to speak to me. So I think they're very confrontational from the beginning anyway. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why they enhance some shit. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? I can't
picture a cop reacted if you like, hey, like I put my hands up like that. I'm sorry. Like if you're like, don't give them any pretty much, pardon the pun, ammunition. to get him to fucking pull that
No,
trigger
they'll
to
probably
fucking
chill
arrest
out.
you, he'll probably fucking chill out. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I'd never
And
seen a
listen-
video where it's like, oh, sorry, officer, I didn't do it. And then he just pulls out his gun and just shoots you. It just doesn't make it, there's no logic to it. It doesn't make any sense. I'm sure it happened. Like, you know, like, oh, I was just jaywalking and he fucking shot me. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, you know what I
That
mean?
would be
Like,
hilarious.
stop watching the news because the news are just making it.
Oh,
They wanna- they
have
wanna
an
cause
agenda
that
to make
division.
Everybody mad.
Yeah, they want to hype it up, cause that division, man. I'm telling you, don't fall for the trick.
I actually gotta admit, like when we were younger, you know, you're young, you're stupid. Like you learn. As I got older, I realized I was like, yo, I mean, I never would go crazy. It was just like, but like some cops, they do. They talk the tough thing, and then you know you get mad.
Get
When I
on your
got
skin.
older, I got more calmer. I realized, you know what? Why is this guy gonna piss me? He's not gonna piss me off. Let me just get through it. Let him say what he has to say. Not all cops. Like there's a few that you're like, wow, that thing. But I learned. Like you know what I mean? I don't even deal with like anything anymore. With they think, well, I'm not out there like that, but like you know, but I get it. The funny thing I came about, and I tell some younger kids too. I said when I used to go into the court with a lot of situations, I said to myself on the last few situations, I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong, because some situations I was like, I was in the right, but yet I'm still in this fucking court, and they don't give a shit because it's all money there and the justice
It's a
system.
money
It's
grab.
about money.
Yeah.
It's about getting the lawyers, and it's about all this stuff. And I was like, I ain't gonna put myself in these situations no more.
Finally, you got it.
I did. It took me a while. It's been a long time since I ever got in trouble again. Like it was like the last. I knew it before that. It's just the last incident was with Eddie. That was just a bad situation to be out in. And I was like, yo,
Well, I get that. That's good that you finally grew up and you understand that. Hey, you don't have to go to court every weekend to get in and out of
I
trouble.
didn't go to court that much.
So
I went a lot, man.
So anyway, we'll get off this topic. We've been talking about like the whole Tupac.
I met a lot of good
situation.
friends there.
Yeah, I'm sure you got a lot of buddies in fucking prison. I mean, we're looking
Yeah,
at
they're good.
your-
They're all right people. They're in
How
there
many
for all the work.
How many teardrop tattoos you got in your face now, Larson? For the
Yo,
people
I
that
never did
don't
any.
watch it on
Yo,
YouTube.
I ain't gonna lie. I saw some crazy shit sometimes in there. Yo, it's crazy.
Oh, dude, I mean, you live in all fucking sorts of the fucking world. The Aryan Nation,
Oh.
for God's sake, the Bloods, the Crips, you got everything in jail, man.
Yeah,
Every fucking
Kings.
group you can imagine of.
Latin
Kings,
Kings.
Uzis.
Yeah, the
like-
fucking Dominican group there. There's a lot.
Dude,
New York is a shithole.
yeah, it's a wild. It's a nice melting pot of all the gangs. If you ever want
No,
to
but
go
you
to Rikers on a
You
visit,
meet all right people. Yo, you meet even criminals that like did robberies that like you're just like, yo, man.
They're funny.
I remember meeting
they're just
I
good
remember
people.
meeting this one guy who did like his whole life robberies, and I was just like, you got arrested. I think it was 23 times
Nice.
for robbing shit and throughout. And this guy was like, well, we were like, I think I was like 26. This dude was already like 50 something years old. And this one, he's like, yo, I think I'm going away for a long time this time. I'm like, dude, if you ever get out again, I just got one advice to you. He goes, what? He goes, change your job. Like, yo, you suck at robbing. He's like, yo, fuck you, Dick. You
Right,
fucking suck.
Do something else. Set fires or
Yeah.
some shit.
No,
Anyway.
get into a different hustle.
Right. Well, that's over. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break, Malarsic.
Jerome, if you're out there,
We
I miss you.
digest. Shout out to all the criminals that Malarski's know that he's met in prison. We'll be right back on the Mix It Up
Good
podcast
people.
this week, and we'll get into some other crazy topics about some
They
bills
never
going on
touched
in
my
Florida.
booty hole.
Malarsic, can I just cut to a commercial break? We'll be right back on the Mix It Up podcast. All right, we are back on the Mix Up podcast. Mike, that is co-host for the week. Malarsic, he's back with us. Malarsic, another topic, man, we have to go into because it's topical. So in Florida today, there's a bill that passed. It's the Don't Say Gay bill. Do you know what the Don't Say Gay bill is?
Sounds gay.
It's pretty much forbidding, right? It's a good bill. It's forbidding, in my opinion. It's forbidding the instruction of sexual orientation and gender identity from kindergarten through only third grade. If it was up to me, I would have gone to fucking high school. All right.
Yeah,
but the
I agree.
kindergarten to third grade. Yeah. I mean, I think most people rational people would agree, like, hey, I don't want my kid learning about sex.
They're too
He's
little
just
for
trying to
that.
paint. Like, imagine you being in kindergarten right now with this fucking, if this bill didn't pass, and these fucking LGBT people, whatever, teachers that are teaching kids. What if they just started talking to you in kindergarten, Malarcy, and they'd be like, hey, you know, this boy, he has a penis, and this other guy has a penis, and sometimes they play with each other's penises. Can you imagine how fucking confused you would be
Yeah.
when you're just trying to sit there and paint and put blocks?
Dude, at
Like,
that
what
age,
the
you looked at your dick and you were like,
fuck?
your little penis, and you're like, what is this little thing? Like, you're
It's
like,
a button. It looked like a button back then.
yeah. It looks like a string bean back then.
String bean with 2 P's. Like,
For
it was
real.
fucking, yeah, it was a little
You didn't
dingleberry.
even know. You're just learning how to pee and go to the bathroom and wipe your own ass. And you're like,
Right.
you're going to teach me about sex?
Yeah, your dick don't even get hard yet. It's like for another
No.
fucking at least
I-
fucking
I said
20
this.
years.
I said they should have done this maybe 7th, 8th, and I said high school. I was talking about this before I came on with thing, and I like, this is what's the matter with the world. You have people that have jobs that are fucking retarded and believe in what they believe. That's like me. This is why I feel like I don't think I'm the smartest dude in the world, and I have my fucking my things
definitely
that
not.
I'm messed up. But yet I feel good when I hear about this stuff because I'm like, these are the people that you put in jobs and all this stuff,
Yeah.
and they're fucking retarded.
And they're
This
fucking it
person,
up.
Whoever taught is retarded. It's even retarded that you got to come out with a bill to tell these fucking retards you can't do this.
Right. It has to be a law that's passing. It had to be passed.
Yeah.
And now they're upset.
Yeah.
Malarkey, the whole other side, the LGBT, like I announced like on my Twitter feed, I was like, oh, fucking finally, common sense. I had people coming after me, comment say, you're an idiot if you think it's common sense. I'm like, what are you trying to groom little kids into fucking like knowing about sex at that young of an age? What's the matter
They
with
don't
you?
know. They don't still understand. What honestly, what are you teaching them? Like, what are you trying to talk to them about? Like, to make it comfortable so the transgenders and being gay, when they does come up that they figure out that, oh, I knew this my whole life because I learned it in second. No, like, dude, you're embedding your ways on what you want fucking society to be like. You are just like everybody else that you oppose against. You hate us on the other side because we go too crazy that we're like, oh, look at these fucking fags and this. And you are just an alpha fucking dicks just like us. Because you're like trying to take over the whole fucking industry of how you want people to learn and suck a dick.
How can we be expected to teach children to learn how to read if they can't even fit inside the building?
There's
They
gonna
make-
be fight back on
They're
this.
making you fucking like, we have to refer to them by different pronouns. And if you don't refer to them with the right pronoun, calling them whatever the fuck they want to get called, they all of a sudden you're the fucking bad guy. You're the asshole.
Yeah.
Shut the
You know
fuck up.
what?
God,
gonna
boys have
say
a
this.
penis, girls have vaginas.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Thanks for the tip.
It's fucking simple, man.
You know what I'm saying? If you ever ask me the question, where's the cameras? Give me all the cameras right here on this face. Blow me. Over there, I want to suck his dick. There's my press conference.
Right.
I don't really give a fuck. Like, I love how, like, when I'm out and everybody is always on the nerve, like, dude, you can't say that. Suck a dick.
Right.
I'm living the way I want to live and stuff. I'm not going to be rude about the stuff. Listen, I understand homosexual. I don't even bash you guys. Like, yo, dude, suck all the dick, eat all the twat you want. I don't
Yeah, we
give a
don't
fuck.
care. We don't give a fuck.
Like, I really
Right.
don't. Go ahead. I watch
give a
the fucking
fuck what
sometimes
you
I'm
do.
bored. I'm like, oh, look at these two girls going at each other. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like, you
dude,
know, I'm not
yeah.
gonna watch gay fucking porn, but I don't give a fuck. Dude, I look at it like this. When we were out there single and stuff like that, and partying with girls and stuff like this, and then it was like, oh, there's gay guys. Well, I know this guy's not gonna try to get this girl.
Right.
Let's
That's
competition.
one out. That's one less competition.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a like what happened, Blarsic, if like say a friend of yours for like the past 40 years came up to you and be like, yo, I'm gay. Like, would you be like, yo, get the fuck out of here? Or would you be like, I don't give a fuck?
I
Do
think
you. I'm like,
I
go
think
get some
if-
fucking hot ass.
I don't think I would ever say that. I think if I was younger, it would probably being older now, I wouldn't give a shit. I probably wouldn't give a shit back then. My cousin came out, she's a girl, when we were younger, that she would think. We were like, it was a little weird to know because you got to think of the time and the generation and stuff like that.
My cousin,
But it
too,
wasn't
yeah.
that, like, I feel like it was more weirder for my parents and their generation than us. Because
Maybe.
we're like,
Maybe,
we
yeah.
were brought up a lighter version of it where we're like, but dude, It doesn't matter. Like, she got married to a girl. We were like, all right, whatever. We went to the wedding. Did we go, no fucking way? Like, you know?
Dude, I would have loved to have like a gay friend growing up, because all the hot fucking women, they always go to like that one gay dude. The gay dude has so many hot girlfriends because I don't know what it is. I guess he gets to like, he's like Jack Tripper. He's fucking talking to him, pretending he's gay. They fall in love with him. They love him, but it's like, because they know like he's not a threat, I guess. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Like,
No, it is. Well,
he would attract
like
and put a good name for me. He would attract all the hot women and put a good name. Like, yo, Mike Trainer's right around here. That's my non-gay friend. Like, look at him, ladies. And then all
I'm not
hot
trying
women.
to, like,
bang.
I ain't going to be like that crazy. Well, listen, I'm a straight guy. It's not like I'm going to fucking like, oh my God, I want to hang out with all these gay guys. No, but you know what I mean? It doesn't bother me. Like,
look so sexual.
I got to admit, me and Ant went to a party one time because his
a
wife
gay
and
party?
stuff. It was literally like all the girls there. They weren't gay. The girls and stuff. It was all the guys because it was a salon business or whatever. So like this, and it was all gay. Ant was like bugged out a little bit, but like I get it. You get a little like starstruck, and then you're like, all right, you relax because they're normal people. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
You get
dude,
starstruck.
like, dude,
What do you get starstruck about? All the mustaches and fucking assless
no,
chaps?
I'm just giving a version. Maybe I'm not saying it right, but starstruck, like gay struck. Like, oh my God, like,
Yeah, that'd be too much. If I got caught in the Blue Oyster like you guys, I would be like, yeah, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
It wasn't a bar. It was actually at a apartment building at somebody's. It was a party and stuff that we had to stop by. Dude, I'll give you one more. This was a gay bar. When I went up to Albany when we were younger. Now, my roommate who was older than me, that we went up with, the guy from White Plains for the training class. We went one night, one of the last nights, I think the night before, like the next day was like the last thing of the month. You pick up your paperwork, you're in the company because you passed the broker thing and stuff.
Okay,
so,
get to it, Blogger. Get to the story.
Okay, so they wanted to go the whole class because the next day was in the morning. Was like they all wanted to go out that night to like celebrate. So they wanted to go to a karaoke place. The only fucking karaoke place in Albany ended up being a fucking gay bar, which was a little shocking because the first 5 minutes I didn't realize this because there was mad girls in there. Mad girls. They go to gay bars too because they're friends with them. So, and not lesbian girls. They were straight girls. So you don't think anything until I sat there and I'm like, now you got to understand, it was straight out of college. And dude, we grew up, we weren't around like that. You know what I mean? We didn't do shit like that. Like, so
definitely not.
Like, I had gay struck for a moment. It took me about 10 minutes. I was a little nervous. I was like, oh shit.
That's because they all look like Elton John. They all had weird glasses and
dude, even some guys, like, they hit on me when I was at the bar. Let me tell you something. I could have got fucking mad free drinks that fucking night. But whatever.
You should have,
I didn't get upset because long as somebody didn't say some rude shit to me, like, you know what I mean? Or whatever. But I sat there and had a great time the whole night and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's not, you know what it is? They have it in their heads. I don't know about all of them, but I guess the ones writing it, they're just looking for a fight because they've been fighting about this their whole lives with stuff like this. And I think they make it worse than it is because it's not like, there probably is people out there. Yeah, they fucking hate you because you're gay. All right. Like, most people don't give a fuck, dude. But then when you do stuff like this, see, you're pushing your limits. Where you're pushing your limits on now you want to teach the whole society the whole thing. And now you're doing it at an age where you're like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
yeah,
see,
it's pretty
it
sick.
seems like a lot of gays, a lot of liberals, a lot of LGBTs, they work at teachers, they have jobs, important jobs now, and they're coming out with all these fucking things. We're like, oh, we've got the power. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And dude, there's gonna be pushback because if it was my nephew and if I had kids, especially if my kids are straight or whatever the hell it didn't matter if they were gay. Why are you any sex? Why are you teaching about sex at that fucking young? It has nothing to do about gay sex.
That's the whole point.
It's about talking about sex.
It's the whole point. You don't fucking talk about that kind of shit, man.
Yeah,
not
like,
that early. That's insane.
What are they gonna measure their cocks and the fucking vaginas in the fucking what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking sick.
It is, because to be honest with you, we've been all that age. I remember when we were that age, we would have been confused even more. Like, what the hell am I learning here? Dude, I remember we had I think it was 6th or 7th grade. It might have been around that. They had a sex class. Remember, you had to go in it for like gym one time, and they took a video, and it was some weird dude. The whole time we were sitting in there, both sides were like watching it, and they had questions and stuff. And so I remember they had the priest in and talk and all this, and it was the weirdest crap.
Right.
Everybody felt uncomfortable,
Yeah,
girls
uncomfortable.
and guys, because we're little kids.
Yeah,
we don't know what the fuck that is.
I've seen
But you
the
got to
video.
open up to the world. They'll figure it out. Let me tell you something.
They'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah, my father, and I guarantee your father was not the type of person that they always say, oh, your father has the birds and the bees story. No, he never did that. He's like, yo, you got a dick, figure it out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just don't ever be disrespectful to girls and stuff like that. And you figure it out. You figure it out on your own. You know what I mean?
I think my dad's talk to me was like, you know what the fuck you're doing, right? You know what to do. And I'm like, yeah, like get out of here. Like, I'm fucking 30.
I think my father with the conversation, I don't even think he ever said it. He might have just said something like that where he was just like, yo, you're all right, right? I'm like, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. That's it.
Like, yeah, you're good, right?
But
You know,
it's weird.
need rubbers? Like,
What's
you
he
got
gonna
them.
talk about? You gotta stick your cock. Your cock get hard. Like, what do you talk that?
How's
You
your
know what I
dick?
mean? You don't have these conversations. I don't know who does. Like, you know,
Right.
like the apple pie movie
Oh,
when the
yeah.
father.
Well, Jim.
Whose father is like that?
Right, with the big bushy eyebrows. He's like, oh, Jim, like, you know,
Yeah.
what'd you do with that pie? Like,
Maybe you know what?
We'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
Maybe if we ever fucking came home and fucked an apple pie and got caught, my father, I don't think my father would have a sex talk with me. I think my father would probably kick the shit out of me like, you got some fucking problems.
he'd be like, you gotta get the fuck out of the house after that.
Yeah.
Imagine
He might put me
just
in
the
a
optic.
psycho
If he's seen you fucking a pie in your kitchen, Malarzik, that's an image he can't get out of his head. Like, you're done. You can't live there anymore. I'm sorry.
It'd be a weird moment.
It'd be definitely weird. Imagine you look up at your dad, you fucking have pie all over the place.
I think he'd be more upset that he's like,
gross.
I was gonna have that pie later with a cup of coffee, you asshole.
Right. And you fucking jizzed all over, fucking ruined it for him.
That would
Oh
be-
my god.
I don't know. I remember, you know what's funny? I remember the girl Jamie.
No coming
she
back
said
from
to
that.
me when we were that young. And she goes, I can see when that movie came out. I remember going to Justin's place and fucking his restaurant's parents. And they were like, I can still see you do that. Why would you ever see me? What made you any thought that you think that I would go home like that fucking retard and fucking apple pie? Let me tell you something. Listen,
I don't know. I could, out of all my friends, I'd probably pick you number one on the list.
suck a dick, all of you. Honestly, I would never do. And I am not weird. I'm putting this out. I am not that fucking crazy with shit, guys. Like, you know, I'm a normal dude. I don't know why everybody has this fucking vision. It's like, I don't even think it's a vision you guys have. It's just that you want it to happen. You're like, I want you to fucking apple pie.
If they gave me a list of like fucking 100 people, I'm like, Malarzik, obviously, like he would.
Why?
He did it.
I don't ever do anything weird.
No,
I don't
because
ever do anything weird.
no, because you talk about sex like pretty much 24/7 since I've known you. It's all eating ass and having conversations like that.
That's recently.
So
I've
like,
never, when I was
this
younger, I
is
didn't
fucking
eat ass
pie.
like that.
Looks so sexual.
I was like, yo, he did it. Officer, he did it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I had to like go in front of fucking a police sketch artist and sketch out a picture of you, like, I'm like, that's him. That's the guy that fucked the pie.
That would be funny to get called in and be like, wait, what?
Like, do you know who did it? I'm like, yeah, I know.
If I did, I'd be nervous like a motherfucker. I'm like, yo, you guys got video? No?
He's a
All
friend of mine. He did it to the pie. He did it to a few more pies too. You just don't know about.
You know what's funny? I'll even, because I get it. I have fun with these conversations when you idiots come up with these twisted conversations because I'm a twisted, funny dude. So
It's true.
But I would actually get in this conversation and be like, dude, one, the reason why I probably wouldn't do it is because I love pie. So I would never fuck the pie because I would want to eat it.
Okay, then what food would you fuck that you wouldn't eat?
I never thought of it like that. Nah. Fuck, I never thought. I just don't have that process.
It's got to be
It's like-
something warm. It can't be
You know what
fucking
it is?
ice cream.
I always say I always do say the line, like a girl, like, you know how like certain food looks so good, you're like, damn, I don't know if I want to fuck it or eat it. Like, I'm joking. I think that's what people do. They take my jokes, and if you don't know me as well, but you do know me, you've known me my whole life, so you're fucking fucked up that you're saying these fucked up things. Like, you know what I mean? You'd be a horrible witness for me. You know what I mean? I'm like, God damn it, Trainer said this. I'm going to fucking jail now. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
you definitely don't want me as a character witness in your trial.
I would,
sure.
yeah, especially me. I'd be like, oh, they called in Trainer for this. I was like, oh, I know my boy's gonna got my back and say the right thing because he knows me. And then you go say what you just said, like, you motherfucker.
Like,
I'm going away.
25 to life. Told you.
Because I talk naughty to I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm more naughty on the girl. If you like said to me, if you said to me, yo, right, I put apple pie in her ass and eat it? Yeah, all right, that might could happen. Or blueberry, like stupid shit like that, because I'm retarded.
So cool.
I've played with a girl's fucking. I'm not the only one. I got you. We'll have him on the show who gave me this idea. Play with a girl's pussy with a strawberry, which is hot with whipped cream. It's hot. It's fucking hot. But I would not just go fuck, dude. For one thing, I don't want all that mess on my dick. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's how I would look at it. Like, I gotta go take a shower now, dude. I got fucking. I'll tell you a story.
What about her? Like, she has the thing. It's like a bowl. Like, it's a fucking mixed bowl of like whatever the hell's in there. At least you'll just wipe your dick off.
That's what she said. If she's like, dude, I've had conversations with girls, dude. Like we said, the bottle rocket thing. Just did not want to fucking do the fucking thing with the fucking, with the ice cream. I get
Good girl.
it.
Good girl.
Stick that in,
Good girl.
No, I got it. Yeah, sometimes I have retarded things, but like I understand. So dude, I remember with the girl that she wanted it in her butt so bad, which I found it crazy because I'm not a butt guy like that. That she didn't have any fucking soap or anything. She fucking put Crisco on my dick. And let me tell you something. The entire time I'm banging this girl with all this fucking Crisco oil on my dick, all I wanted to do was take a fucking shower because I was like, I looked at my dick. It was like, dude, it was the greasiest thing because like, it was. Like, yo, but I get it because I'm game for some things. I'm like, all right, but I'm like, I don't think I would do certain things where, like, if a girl's like, oh, you want this, baby boy? I'm like, oh, yeah. She's like, you got to fuck that apple pie, then I'll suck it. Like, yo, fuck. What are you the matter with? I'm not fucking, especially, in apple pie, you put it hot, too.
She went to that's what I'm saying. You need a food that's at least warm. Like, you can't just put your dick through ice cream.
My dick is my friend. I treat it as my friend. I would not burn my dick.
No, I'm like room temperature of something, temperature food.
You're not going to convince me. I'm like, no. Like, listen, I like to have fun as much as anybody. I put Crisco on my fucking dick. And that is probably as far as I would went. Because I looked at I actually said to myself, this is going to be a funny fucking story to tell the guys. Because I'm like, I can't believe I'm putting this fucking Crisco like I'm going to fried chicken on my cock. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
if Jennifer Love Hewitt told me to fuck whatever, I'm like, I'm doing it. I don't give a shit.
This girl was a black girl too, and black people tell me all the time they don't like fried chicken. Well, what do you make with fucking fried chicken? Crisco oil. She had bottles of this shit. Bottles.
She shopped
Why
at
do you have so much? Why do you have so much Crisco oil, but you have no soap or something else? The lotion. You don't have any lotion, so I can put it in your ass.
She got that shit in bulk, huh? She got like mad Crisco in bulk, like the extra big can of fucking Crisco. I get it.
Oh, it was huge. Like, you didn't have lube. I get it. Not everybody has lube at the moment, but anything else?
Yeah, I mean, if she went to the kitchen and brought back some Crisco, I'm like, listen, I'm naked, she's naked. I guess I gotta fucking do it. Like, you know what I mean? But still, you can't go to the Romantic Depot and get some fucking regular lube.
Yeah.
A little small bottle of spermicidal lube? The fuck?
I've never felt more degraded leaving her house in my life. That one, my knees were killing me because she, like, I had to bang her on the fucking floor thing because the kid was on the bed. So my knees, and all she wanted, she's like, I want it in the butt. Like, we did it for like an hour in the butt where I was like, I remember pumping in the behind. I was like, I don't even want to do this shit no more. My dick smells like Crisco. It's got all this shit. I left with my clothes on. I thought I was gonna cry.
I'm surprised it didn't like spark anything, like something catch on fire because you had Crisco on your dick. Like, what if you brushed up against it, like a rubbed up? What if you like you got up and then a candle like fucking was burning nearby and just fucking lit your dick on fire?
I would have cried. I deserved it then. I'm an idiot for fucking putting that shit on. Imagine that.
It's
I don't think
terrible,
I've ever had. I've had stupid stuff, but thank God not that stupid. Where you're like, yo, like what happened? This stupid girl, she put the hot candle wax on. I forgot that it lights up the Crisco. Next thing you know, my cock is on fire. Talk about firebush.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yo, just think.
A lot of sick people out there.
The embarrassment if the cops got to show up and the firehouse to put you out, and you fucking were like, "Why'd you go on fire?" I was like, "I put Crisco on my dick, so I could bang her in the ass."
Well, we know that you went backdoor on this broad. Did you eat her ass? That's the next question people want to know. No, huh?
No. She looked all right. She wasn't hot. You got to have a nice ass.
You got to have a nice ass.
Like she was. I'll put it this way: you got to be like, I would say an 8 and 8.5 and up with a nice body for me to eat your butt.
All right,
she was probably. I'll give her a 6 or 7. This girl.
I got
obviously
a question.
That's why she likes it in the ass so much. But
okay, I got a question. Like before you go down to eat the ass, do you make her take a shower or do you just go for it? Because
most times
timing is everything.
In the beginning, I used to go like in the shower and stuff like that, like they're clean, like we've done it in the like that. But I have to admit, if it's hot and I'm in the middle of the sex and I'm drunk, yeah, I've eaten ass. Like I still do the test. My test is the smell, the poo-poo test. They're like, you smell it because if it stinks in there, I'm like, I ain't going in.
For the people that don't know, the poo-poo test is like when a dog smells another dog's ass. So for us as humans, we're just smelling the ass and be like, hey, is it okay to go in there? And then like, oh shit, like surprising, like she's clean.
You don't enter the house if it stinks.
See, I've never ate ass before. I'm just asking.
You're a liar. I've watched you eat ass.
No. We're not going into stories
That's another
about
time for another show.
Yeah, nobody's seen me eat ass. Listen, I've seen a lot of my friends do a lot of crazy things in my time during my time. In my
Trainer's like a good dude, but he's still a filthy son of a bitch because he's like a liar.
No. That's crazy talk. I'm a great individual.
Here's a funny story that we never told.
Oh no.
Trainer is proper and all this stuff, what she is, but I'm a little nuttier. So this is the best story I ever have with Trainer. Trainer, for some reason, on Sunday football would always, before the 8 o'clock game, go shave his fucking thing. And maybe, I don't know. Sometimes maybe you take a shower in there. This fucking freak.
Sometimes.
Right? So, but he would shave. So he always said, "Oh, I don't eat ass" and stuff like that. So I put on his laptop one night, which I thought it was his home laptop. I didn't know he had a home work one.
It was my work iPad.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I wouldn't have done that. But it still worked out to be hilarious. And that being his work laptop, I put on black porn. But he never like,
I never checked.
What?
I never checked. Like, why would
I?
I just check it. So the next day, like, you know, my computer monitor at work, the administrator, she wanted to collect all the iPads from all the salesmen to do an update. So, you know, I'm not checking my iPad or whatever, you know, it's just handed it in. I have nothing to hide on my iPad. So she gets all the iPads, and then all of a sudden, like, she didn't, you know, X out anything, close out anything. She gives me the iPad back with a weird look. And I'm like, I go out to my car, and pretty much the first thing I opened up on my iPad was fucking black porn. And
they start fucking as you open it.
Yeah, and they're yelling and shit, you know, they're fucking all loud. Right, fucking one guy got Crisco on his dick. It was fucking insane. And then like, yeah, they're all, oh yeah, fuck me harder. And I'm like, what the fuck? So she heard it, the volume was up, like it wasn't muted or anything. And
no.
So since then, I had to go back like a week. Like the next time I was at the office, I'm like, listen, we watch Sunday football. I have crazy friends. They put it on there. I'm sorry if you've seen anything. that she's like, oh, don't worry, we've seen everything here. I'm like, okay. So I don't think she believed me. I don't think she bought it. I think she thought I was lying.
Nah, she probably might have believed you because you have that demeanor that maybe she did. I don't know.
I don't know either. To this day, I have no idea if she believed that story.
Switched it on her. You were the guy that did that, but then you go back into her and be like, hey, listen, I think you're all cool and stuff, but I went home and checked my fucking laptop. Did you put black porn on my fucking laptop? Imagine blamed her.
Yeah, flipped the script on her. But
yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure she told everybody in the whole fucking
definitely. Oh, that's a story that makes you right out the room.
For 2 days. Right. Oh, do you see fucking Mike? He had black porn on his iPad. All he does is watch black fucking porn all the time.
Yo, the bosses must be like, not Trader. He went to the University of Phoenix. Those guys don't do that.
I graduated from the university.
Yo, the best is the funniest is that I remember I think it was it was like the next week or whatever, you finally said it to me or something like that. You're like, yo, Dick, you fucking put black porn on my fucking laptop. I was like, dude, I was waiting for you to give me the joke back. And he's like, asshole, I went to work. That's my work thing. And I was like, oh shit. But then I felt bad. Then all of a sudden, as he's telling me the story, I said, oh my God, did you get fired? He goes, no. Why did you get fired? I was like, yo, that's the best story ever. He's like, shut up, Dick. That shit worked out better than I thought it did.
That was pretty good.
Oh, man. That is the best. Yo, that is honestly, I've told that, I think when you were around or even at parties when you're not around, I says, dude, you want to hear a funny one? It gets, especially the people that know you, they get it. They're like, no way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they love it. It is a great icebreaker at a party.
Because I'm like the perfect fucking man. Like I'm kind, I'm fucking decent human being. I don't watch any fucking porn. And all of a sudden there's just porn over the goddamn fucking iPad. Like
you
I was
sick fuck.
I was fucking jerking off during work. Like I couldn't control myself. I couldn't wait to get home. I had to fucking go on my work iPad and watch, because she probably thought I was on my route, driving, and oh, he needs to watch porn at fucking noon, during a work day. You know what I mean? So it's probably he probably got a problem. He probably thought I had a problem. But,
oh my God. If she just followed you home and you went to one of those she's like, look at this sick fuck.
Imagine I was just in my car, I was literally taking a nap, I had my eyes closed, and then she drove by, and then he see me with my eyes closed. I'm like, oh my God, he's doing it. You know,
yeah.
It would have been a wrap, man.
The best part that would have
set
been
me up, man,
is this is the funniest. If like my brother knows your boss, the owners, imagine this makes it even worse because Trainer grew up with friends. We're all assholes and funny dicks. That even if they ask my brother stuff, he goes, yo, let me ask you guys a quick, serious question about your boy Trainer. He goes, yeah, go ahead. He goes, dude, does he watch a lot of porn and stuff? We're like, oh, he's a sick fuck. That guy has got 7 TVs at his house, and all he does is watch porn on it. You know what I mean? We fuck around, but then we
all
tell
different
the truth.
porn. Yeah, it's oh, it's totally true. Yeah, he's sick. He's got a problem.
I don't even know how he gets this international porn. He gets it delivered.
Oh man, that's
he watches Kakistan fucking porn. Who's got Kakistan? I didn't even know it was a country.
Kakistan TV. All right, Larson. Before we go, man, do you have any other topic or anything that's on your mind that you want to talk? You want to congratulate Nick? He's doing the play. I'm assuming you're not coming, man. You're not supporting Nick. I don't understand. I don't think I can come.
Is it next Saturday? I can't come.
It's actually the day of the Final Four, man. I didn't even realize it. It was the Final Four games.
Yeah, this weekend I'm doing. I didn't even know. I would have probably said yes, and it would have fucked me because I got to do shit on Saturday and I got to do shit on Friday. Mikey's birthday, and I always miss his birthday for his thing, and I can't go to it. And I told him, you always landed on one of Justin's drafts for baseball. I never at your party.
It's a base. Yeah, I got baseball.
Yeah, and then Saturday I got to do something with my nephew and stuff. And it is the Final Four. He was kind of getting into the Peacock thing, but
yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't have been able to gone anyway. I would have bought the ticket. Then I would have been like, yo, Train, sell this fucking thing to somebody.
I mean, the ticket's only $20, you know. So
then I would just give it Give it to somebody.
Yeah.
Just whatever. Give it
doing
to
the-
your girl Laura with the Asian face and red hair. That's got to be a sight to see. None against Asian girls, but I've never seen a redhead. That's like fucking seeing a fucking albino bear or something.
An albino bear out in the wilderness, like seeing Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen a real life one either. That
Yeah.
would be fantastic. So
That'd
yeah,
be
like
different.
shout out to Nick before we go into Asian redheads. Shout out to Nick. He's doing Nick, Anne Marie,
What's
and
the name of his
LJ for
band?
Friday, Saturday, and the matinee on Sunday. So 3 days this weekend, rock opera. I don't think there's any tickets left available, but go outside and try to scalp, man. If you're too late to the show, man, go out there and try to scalp some tickets out there. I'm sure I could come up with some, charge a little extra money
Where's
for the
it
rock
at?
opera. It's up in Mount Kisco. Actually, it's Armonk.
Where's that?
It's like way upstate, probably like 4 or 5 hours.
What's the name of his band?
The band, it's not a band, it's like a rock opera. It's like a play, pretty much.
It's like that movie with Mila Kunis when he's like, I'm doing the opera of Dracula.
Dracula. No, it's not Dracula. They're not puppets there. It's like real life people and shit. They're doing it's like High School Musical and shit, man. They'll be singing and shit.
Acting?
They're singing in songs. They're acting, singing. I guess.
It
I don't
is
know.
like West Side Story or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, like I'm not a big fan of fucking plays. Like I don't like
I'm
to
not
go
a big
to the
fan of that
city,
either.
like and going to see like that kind of shit. That shit kind of bores me. I'm just going to support those 3 people.
Was he doing like the Washington Heights one that I just saw on TV? It's like doo-wop, doo-wop.
Yeah, I don't know what they're like. You know what I mean? West Side Story shit, like you said, like with the knives. I don't know what it is, bro. Like it's not my thing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have my phone and I could be like
It is your
looking at
thing,
the Final Four.
because there are probably a lot of girls there, and that's all you give a shit. That's gonna be there.
That's really the only reason why.
Trainer does.
No.
I would say 90 or 100% of his things for like where girls are, but that probably consists of 60% of the things he does. Why is Trainer at this event? Like, dude, remember that time you took me to that McLean thing in the back, and we had to watch this stupid joking and thing we had to pay to go in the back by the bottom of McLean, and it was all like plays, and then Nick and G were supposed to go on, but they never did.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was like just a stage there. That's all it was. A stage and a long hall.
Like, what the fuck am I? God, Train, you want to get me into this shit?
Hey, shit just happens.
You love
man.
that stuff.
I do like that. I like that's.
I
always like that kind of shit.
I love how you tell the story. Time out. I love how you tell the story. A couple weeks ago, I finally saw the show with Chris on my birthday, and it was a nice watch thing. But you told the crazy story about me, but you forgot to omit some of the parts. You said I drank like an animal, which is true with the shots and stuff. But you didn't tell the part with the sister what I said.
Yeah, what did you say?
said
we're talking about a story like back in the day. I went out, a couple friends, girlfriend at the time, girlfriend's sister was there, and I want to see if you and her would hit it off because you were both single at the time.
And we met before one time. So this is also another reason why I did say this. We met in White Plains. And one of the conversations at the table we were having is that Trainer's girlfriend's sister used to tan, and she used to tan naked. This is the conversation where we were drunk having each other. So then let's fast forward to the thing. And I said, because of drinking and stuff and doing shots, I said, oh my God, because I said to her, a tan ass. I've never ate an ass where it's tan. So that's why I said I would eat your sister's ass. And that's why that shit came out. It wasn't just me being crazy drinking shots, but there's always an A to B why Mike Mellerzo does his stupid shit.
And these
Which
people,
I was telling her the truth.
These people from like nice neighborhoods, like kind of like townish places, and they're looking at me like their jaws drop. Like, did you just hear what he said to her?
It was crazy for them.
He said
he's
gonna eat her ass. What? I'm like I don't know him.
And she had a nice ass and tan, so it's like eating 2 tan marshmallows. But yeah, I get what he's saying because his girl and the sister and their friends, they come from like a different upbringing, nice, where they never heard of that. Like to us, it did, but like Train actually looked when his girl said it. He goes, "Dude, I expect him to say shit like this. This is what we grew up with."
Right. That's why I liked hanging out with different groups of people, because it was always a different experience. Like if I hung out with you and your friends, I knew what I was getting.
You like the variety pack.
It's just gonna be like, all right, this is what I'm used to. These people are fucking nuts. I'm a little fucking nuts. I like hanging out with them. I don't know. I never know what they're gonna
Then
do.
you can switch. You're a chameleon.
Right. Then I go to the fucking like the towny places where I meet them friends. Like
You
I remember
always do.
I always do. Like met some Bronxville cats one time, hung out with them, did some nerd shit, went to movies, did some other nerd shit. Like, but I was always go back, man. Like I was like, I liked the experience of like different people. That's why I remember like the war room. Remember the war room that one time, like watching football back in the day, we had white, black, Spanish, Asian, Jewish, fucking Indian, Chinese. We had everything. It was like the UN of watching football one day. It was fucking nuts.
Best was what Frankie said to the Chinese kid. And it was like, yo, when the Jewish kid was there, he's like, "Oh, you Jewish?" He goes, and then the kid Rob was like this, and then Frank out of nowhere he goes, "I thought this dude was black." And he goes, "What? You thought he was black?" He was fucking with you, but the kid didn't know how to take it. He's like, "What?" He could not
appreciate a good joke. He just didn't get it. He didn't know what the hell was going on.
He didn't know how, like,
how to respond.
Playing around.
Yeah,
but that's how he grew up.
It made it so fucking funny, man. I think I had fucking.
No, he never showed up again. He was like, yo, he got so nervous. He was like, you thought. Meanwhile, the kid looked so Asian. It's not even funny. But
I think I have a video of you telling like the massage story in that room. Do you want to talk about the massage story?
Which massage story?
Monkey's out of the bottle, man.
Which one?
The best one.
My one where I got tricked?
Yeah, when you got tricked, where's trickery? Do you want to talk about that? Is that cool to talk about? Because that was a funny story that we talked about in front of everybody. Or we could just not. Or we could just call it an end of an episode. We only got a couple minutes left, so it's up to your call.
I mean, there's a lot of people I know. I don't know who watches the show. I don't like, because that one's a really like I'm a fucking idiot.
Right. I'll just break it down to you. It's a trickery that happened. Yeah. And we were young. We're young and stupid, and we expect some things that just never happen.
I still think they can say whatever they want, my friends, and they know who they are because who went that night. But I feel like they set me up because there's no fucking way they could have been this dumb to fucking like not know that this place, just to give you a thing, it was supposed to be a massage thing. And it was like they were hyping up for like all this sex thing. And I was like, oh, but we were young. And I actually didn't want to go in the beginning. They had to convince me to go to this because I was like, I don't want to fucking go to this thing. Until they like started talking about the sex, they got me riled up. And I was drunk and I was high. I think it was more the high part from smoking weed because I wasn't thinking. I went in like I was going to fuck the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like I could have just fucked every hole in the world. And
you get hyped up.
We went in the place and the girl, you go in the room and she's massaging you. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. You did the shower first. So they give you the shower to clean you, and my dumb ass, because I'm stoned, I even said to myself right after that, what a fucking idiot I am. Like, I wasn't thinking. I thought it was going to happen at any moment. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was fucking young and stupid. And she went to go get the shower and the soap and turned around. And my dumb ass with a face of your face thing, I put my dick through the fucking thing. No. So she turns around and she looks. And she goes, oh, no. She's for your face. Because she was Asian and she really didn't speak good English. Your face, oh my gosh. I think she might have even been laughing too. But,
it's just the fact that like where your face is, in order to put your dick through the hole where you're supposed to put your face, like you're hanging off the table like in an awkward position. Like it's fucking hysterical.
Like, you know what's funny? When she pulled me, like I got off of the thing, right then and there, I was embarrassed because I was like, the fuck did I do that for? Like, what am I thinking? This is like how stupid. So then I was like, I took the shower, very quiet shower with her just washing me. I was just like, because I was embarrassed. Then we get in the room and she gives me the massage. and I have my face down and fucking towel. It was unbelievable. Like, listen, this is also, I never had an experience in the fucking place. It was a real massage place. I would have figured it out because
that was the trickery. That was the trickery.
Yeah, because dude, the massage was like fucking so intense. Like it was like I remember drooling and almost falling. I fell asleep for a second because I was like, oh god, I felt like a little baby.
Yeah, some of it makes you go that route for real.
So then she turns and flips me around like a fucking pancake, and now I'm dick up. You know what I mean? So not that I was hard, but I was just sitting there. Then all of a sudden she's giving my arms a massage, and I'm looking like, when the fuck is the party gonna start? This is what's going on in my head. So I look at her, I said, you know what? I get it. I've never been here. I'm the new guy. I gotta let her know that I want to start the party, right? So like a dumb fuck that I am, I start jerking my fucking dick. Like fake jerking. Like, ooh, making stupid sounds. Ooh.
You're like pointing at it. You're like pointing, like, look.
Yeah. No, then I'm doing this for like 20 seconds. Then I'm like, as I'm doing it, I look at her like, ooh, you see? Like, I'm talking to like, she doesn't know how to speak any English. Like, I was like, you see? Now you try. Then I realized 30 seconds in that I'm like, oh my fucking God. Because her face looked like she was going to call the fucking cops. Like, you know what I mean? And I realized, motherfucker, these dickheads.
They tricked you.
I was like, yeah. And I'm like, I apologized to her.
It's a great joke,
I was
man.
like, yo. I said, you know what? Let's just go back to doing what we were doing.
Right. And forget the whole thing. Well, you were there.
And then on the way out, they were laughing. I just remember our friends, when I walked out, I wanted to get the fuck out of the place as quick as possible. And those idiots, that's why I say, I think they know something. And I keep asking them because the fact is, when I came out and they saw the girls left, they're like, what did you do in there? Like, you knew I did something stupid because this is what my friends like to do. They like to put me in situations because I am a little retarded, and then a funny story will come out of it. And there's many of them.
On the spectrum. You say on the spectrum on this podcast.
Yeah.
You're not retarded. You're on the spectrum.
I'm not. Well, sorry. You know what I mean. But like,
you're on the bubble.
You know what's funny? A lot of friends before you go, I like call me up now and I'm older and I'm not that wild. We're not out like that anymore. But like, they're so upset that there's no more new stories. I'm like, dude, what do you want from me?
Me too. I'm upset.
I know you are one of them. I'm sorry.
You're like a good comedian that just needs more material. You need to go out there and have more experiences because that's a great massage story. That's funny. They tricked you. You know, you're thinking you're the next fucking, you're the original Deshaun Watson. You know, I mean, I
feel like for a time period in my life that, and you know what, the show wasn't even out then. I feel like I lived the show like I'm getting punked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I gotten into a lot of situations. Even once in a while, it happens now. You'll be in a gas station or something like. I'll tell you this, and then you go. Real quick, I remember walking to the gas station, and it usually happens with. I have a bad problem because when off the boat people of any nationality, because there's an English barrier. So, and then I'm stupid. So like, yeah, I remember one day.
Bad combination.
Yeah. This Indian guy walked into a gas station thing and I needed batteries. And I kept pointing at it, but at that section in the up in the air, there's so many other things. And I was like, batteries. And obviously he didn't understand a fucking word I said with the English because I kept saying batteries. And he kept giving me Trojans. He thought I wanted condoms.
It's like he needs these.
Yeah. And I'm like, no. And then he would give me, all he would do is switch it for another style of condoms. I end up buying no batteries and buying the condoms because I said, fuck it, man. Just give me the shit and I'm getting out of here. I was like, yo.
You know what condom he didn't give to you? He didn't give you any magnums, that's for sure.
He gave me the mag. I take them. You know why? Because Frankie has taught me one thing. And I'm not saying I'm humongous, but I got nice one. You kind of like when we were kids, you wanted to wear baggy clothes because it felt comfortable. I like loose pants and stuff. So why not have a loose dick? Like, you know what I mean? Like you put one of those glad bags on, it's comfortable in there. You know the little ones, they're tight. They always rip on your dick. I don't even use condoms anymore. Like I tell the girl, the next girl, I'm gonna get her fucking pregnant. Like, cause like I'm tired of condoms. I don't like how they feel anymore. I don't like this. And you know what? I'll be honest. I'm getting older. Like you lose the feeling of it, dude. Half the time with a girl, if I have a condom on, my dick will get soft because I'm like I don't feel the fucking like thing. I'm like, you know, they're like Joe's having funny. He goes, "You're getting old." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up. Your dick is fucked up too, motherfucker." Like, you know what I mean? We're all dicks. Trader's dick is fucked up. You got.
I used to have a fucked up dick. Not no more. It's all good now. It's all.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. It's fucking strong as bull.
Cock. Yeah, Easter's coming up. You know what Traders looks like? That rabbit tail cock. That's what
So any other guys out there listening to the podcast that have fucking soft dicks, fucking get out, ask MELERZO a bunch of questions. I'm sure he'll help you. Reach out to us, follow us on the.
And for all you blackies that listen to the show,
Oh, God.
yo, I'm gonna tell you this. I said this to black kids. My boy Raz used to work with somebody that lived in the hood in Harlem, right? Yo, they be handing out look, talk about race. Fucking only for the black man dicks, and they call it King Cobra. I said, what is that, a glagman? Yo, he whipped it out one day and it's called Cobra for the bigger, blacker dick. Yo, he whipped this thing out. It looked like a glad bag that you fucking thing. He's like, dude, you couldn't fucking went food shopping with this fucking thing. I'm like, yo, I know you motherfuckers like say you got big dicks, but let's not get crazy here. Like you put a glad bag on, and fuck a girl.
Put a fucking hefty bag on. All right, guys, we gotta go. Thank you for listening to the podcast, MELERZO. Thank you for coming on, helping me out this week. Come follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all that noise. Go to our website, the BBO MYG podcast, and the mixitupodcast.com. Check it out, like, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll see you again next week. And good luck to Nick and his play. And we'll see you
whatever
next
he's doing.
We're going to talk about next week. We're going to recap that play.
Nick with his gay play.
So stay
to
tuned.
be or not to be.
Peace.